Today is Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. October 17 na tayo po. Kumusta kayo? Ang mga kababayan ko dito po sa Malaysia. Dito po sa Sabah is Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Kota Kinabalu. Ito po si Nico Fabian. Once again, nandito tayo sa NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. At mayroon din tayo mga topics that I would like to share with you. Topics relating sa mga what's happening dyan po sa Pilipinas. Dahil mga Filipinos tayo, we have to know. We have to know what is happening dyan po sa Pilipinas. Still, Philippines is making noises dahil po because of the ongoing investigation on the flood control projects. Anomalous dealings dyan po sa flood control projects natin dyan. Sana lang po matapos na ito po. But sa palagay ko, matagal pa ito matapos. Dahil dami ng mga issues, involved. Involved. Hindi lang ang mga politicians, mga lawmakers natin, hindi lang mga government officials, sa the Department of Public Works and Highways, and not only the contractors, private contractors participating in government projects, awarding of government projects. So, yun po ang problema. And of course, this very big scandal involves billions and trillions of taxpayers' money. And this is for this very reason po, galit na galit ang mga Filipino. Hindi lang mga kababayan natin yan po sa Pilipinas, sino tayo din dito sa Malaysia, mga Filipinos, overseas Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, galit na galit kami. And hindi lang kami po, 100% ang mga counterparts namin sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, sa iba-ibang nasyon, overseas Filipino workers who are there working very hard, hoping that ma-recover ang Pilipinas, hoping that whatever money we remit dyan po sa Pilipinas through our taxes for the government will use it properly and give us sabihin natin satisfactory public facilities. And it will, at the end of the day, it will help make life of the Filipinos in the Philippines better or easy. No? But what happened ngayon? It is not happening. Instead of having good facilities, public facilities po, what is happening now po? Our taxpayers' money went to irresponsible, greedy individuals. Worst thing is, allegedly involved our politicians, especially the lawmakers, legislators. When I say lawmakers, legislators, I mean names of senators, names of congressmen has been revealed that they have something to do with this corruption scandal in the Philippines, dyan po sa Pilipinas. Anyway, before going any further about ang mga topics natin dito po, dahil we are going to touch about, yesterday, I reported to you, mga kababayan ko dito sa Sabah, nag-report ako kahapon sa inyo na ang survey po, trust rating and performance rating of our top officials dyan po sa Pilipinas, particularly ang presidente natin at saka ang vice president natin. Now, later on, I'm going to share with you, I will be sharing with you some video clips. Galing ito po sa Pulse Asia Research Incorporated. This Pulse Asia Research Incorporated, they are the ones who is doing ang survey natin dyan po sa Pilipinas. And it is well respected po, credible pa. So later on, I will share with you ang interview sa presidente ng Pulse Asia Research Incorporated, and I'm referring to Ronnie Holmes. he was interviewed and he explained kung paano talaga they came out with the survey result para klaro mas disente. And sa survey result nila po, Pulse Asia, very close or similar to the result na also lumabas the other day, and kahapon ang Pulse Asia, lumabas ang result po na si Inday Sara Duterte or Vice President Inday Sara Duterte still enjoys the trust of the Filipinos. Trust of the Filipinos po. More than half of the Filipinos still trust ang Vice President natin. Drop ang trust rating of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Siguro po dahil sa ito ng problema natin sa corruption. It is an hot issue dyan po sa Pilipinas. And dahil dyan po sa corruption, galit na galit ang mga Filipinos. Galit na galit tayo po. The other thing I'll be touching on is a little bit on today, as what I mentioned earlier during my previous blogging. I mentioned about today there will be a rally wherein it will be participated by Gen Z or mga youth natin sa Pilipinas. And they started already gathering, and it will push until this afternoon or early evening po. And I will be showing you some one or two video clips about the rally po. Ongoing na ngayon po because they started already. Ongoing ngayon po. Although the crowd is still small kanina, but expected madami pa yan po ang mga estudyante who will be participating sa rally today. Today. And on October 21, that will be next week, there will be another rally wherein it will be devoted or participated by most of the Filipino farmers affected by this corruption scandal. Affected by this corruption scandal. So, we'll be talking about it. And then, of course, I will be also touching about other things, regarding ang sitwasyon dyan po sa Pilipinas. But before giving you all these things po, let me announce first, for the information of mga kababayan ko dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, and very specific dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City, the only city in Sabah, and nearby municipalities po. Or in other words, what I would like to say is that I want to inform sa mga Filipino communities natin dito po sa Sabah. And also this includes ang mga very, very good host natin po, ang mga Malaysians in Sabah or mga Sabahans. Now, as you know, ang Sabah will soon be going to the polls to elect their officials po, ang mga state assemblymen nila po. And ang election commission is spearheaded by Dato Sri Ramlan Harun already announced yesterday that the polling day for the 17th state election dito po sa Sabah will be on November 29. November 29 is the polling date. And nomination of aspirants or candidates for the 17th state election will be done on November 15. Next month ito po. Next month. And on November 25, they will start itong early voting. Early voting means mga men in uniforms, sabihin natin na postal votings and all these things po. So, take note of the date. November 29 is election day. polling day. November 15 will be the nomination day, wherein we are going to know who are the candidates aspiring to be state legislators dito po sa Sabah. And on November 25, that will start the early voting. I would like to remind again ang mga kababayan ko dito po sa Sabah, Filipinos, overseas Filipino workers. Please do not in any way, directly or indirectly, participate or get involved in the local electoral exercise. This is hindi natin itong election. Respetuhan natin ang Malaysia, ang mga sabahans. We have to respect their rights to vote. Respect their rights to decide who will be their next leaders. So please do not participate or get involved in any way during the election or electoral exercise. That will start on November 15 po. If you see cheramas or political rallies or gatherings po, please shy away. Iwasan natin yon mga cheramas or political rallies po or gatherings para we will not invite any unnecessary problems sa atin. Again, this is not our election. This is their election. We can support ang mga Malaysians or mga Sabahans po by shying away in their election exercise. Ingat lang tayo po. Para wala tayong problema. So yun po, this is a reminder that I would like to really pass to each and every one of us mga Filipinos po. Each and every one of us dito sa Sabah. Para wala tayong problema. And when you go out, let's say you go to your work, or you're during holidays, Sundays, or weekends, you want to go to the malls, you want to go to church, you want to visit your friends, please be reminded to bring your travel documents. Whatever documents you have, work permit, passport, or whatever po, para kung sakali may mga inspection, random checking, ang mga police and immigration dito po, you will not face problem. You see? Normally, if you don't carry your passport or your personal documents when inspected by the police or by the immigration officers or any other local authorities po, they will bring you to the police station if you cannot produce on the spot your documents. And then after that, your relatives or your friends will have, if you have the proper documents, they have to bring it to the police station, then only you will be released. To avoid this inconvenience, please always carry our documents, personal documents po, para wala tayong problema. Para wala tayong problema. So yun po, that's the reminder that I want to pass to all our Filipino communities. And of course, the dates, election dates, very important po. Not only for the Filipinos, but also for our friends, Sabahans, or Malaysians po. November 29 is the polling day. November 15 will be the nomination day. And November 25 will be the start of early voting. So yun po. Yun po. That's very, very, very important. Very important po. Alright. So, when we talk about, let's go back to our Philippine issues. Balik tayo sa Philippine issues natin po. Okay. Umpisa natin po today. October 17, may rally po. Ongoing ang rally dyan po sa Pilipinas. They are gathering dyan po sa an area in EDSA. And this group will be moving towards Mandiola. Mandiola. Diyan po magawa sila ang rally nila po. And this is will be participated by expected a lot of Gen Zs o mga kabataan, mga youth, especially mga estudyantes, universities, colleges, schools in Manila po will be participating. Expected yun po, according to the organizers of this rally po, Rally po, ang organizer is, ang Trillion March Movement. Trillion March Movement, spearheaded, if I'm not mistaken, by David Michael San Juan. David Michael San Juan. So yun po. Let us hope and pray, and it is the intention of these people participating in the rally po to make the rally a peaceful one. They are there to shout out that they are not happy with what is happening, ang corruption sa Pilipinas. Diyan lang po ang intention. There is no political color here. They don't want that people who will be participating, participating in the rally, they will be shouting, Marcos resign or bring back Duterte or whatever po, para walang political color. We only want, or they only want, na we will continue to voice out our sentiment, ang disappointment, ang anger natin po about what is happening in the Philippines when we talk about this flood control projects po, anomalous dealings. Anomalous dealing. Yun lang po ang intention. And we want, me and of course the participants also want that those who are involved or found guilty, they must be punished. When we talk about punish, we want to see that these corrupt people must be put behind bars. And there must be restitution. Whatever they stole from us, taxpayers' money, we want that it will be returned to us. And kagaya sa mga organizers ng rally, as well ang mga Filipinos dito po sa Sabah, what we also want is ipakita transparency in whatever the government is doing now, especially the ongoing, sabihin natin, investigation. Ongoing investigation, when I say ongoing investigation, I am referring to the newly established Independent Commission for Infrastructure, or ICI, which many Filipinos not happy with the manner they are doing the probe or investigating itong issue na ito of corruption, because it is not transparent. We want that it must be transparent. Why? Because it must be transparent, because we want to see whether the real thing, the real question, the right people are invited. Why? Because we don't, the trust to the government now, depleted na po. Galit na mga Filipino, and they don't believe anymore. Siguro mayroon pa, konti na lang. We don't believe we don't believe about government. Why? Because we now saw even our lawmakers are involved in this corruption activities. Can you blame us? No, you cannot blame us. The only thing that you can do, ang gobyerno can do, is to get back the trust, public trust po, is to make sure that whatever you're doing now must be transparent. And there must be a result. There must be a result. When I say a result, it means people will be put behind bars. For more than 1 month already po, walang even warrant of arrest issued. sa mga people involved sa case na ito po, sa issue na ito po. No? Kaya nga, galit ang mga tao. Galit ang mga tao. Kasi wala eh. What we want to see, action. We don't want to hear promises again po. We want action. Sana lang po, before the year ends, or kung pwede lang, this month, before the month ends, before the Undas or the All Saints Day, the Day of the Ghost, there will be tangible actions already, results coming from the government. For as long as there is no results po, tangible results po, the anger of the Filipinos, the anger of the public is going up po. And I hope it will not reach to a level wherein the Filipinos will burst, because that won't do good to our country. To our country po. So, okay, huwag na tayo magsalita ng marami. Let me share with you itong sabihin natin footage po which I prepared. Kanina ito po, hindi pa maraming mga tao doon, but just to show you na naumpisa na po ang gathering of youth or mga estudyante po, no? Who are participating in this Trillion March rally po. Diyan po sa Maynila, and they will be gathering diyan po sa Mendiola. And let's continue to hope and make sure that this rally will be a peaceful one. Nandiyan na naman mga pulis. Mga pulis po. So, watch and listen to this video clip.
Called for a clean government by distributing white ribbons to commuters and motorists early today at Tamias Road Corner, EDSA. They also called for filing of charges against and imprisonment of individuals behind what they call the trillion peso flood control scandal. And similar to what we saw at the September 21 protests, voters joined in on calls against corruption by honking their horns. Groups also want the Independent Commission for Infrastructure to make public its investigation on the flood control scandal.
So yan po, narinig.
Mahalaga po ang pag-live stream o pag-open ng ating ICI pagdating sa investigation dahil dito po natin mababantayan kung ano ang mga totoong nangyayari sa investigation. Mahalaga po, dinidiin, mahalaga ang participation ng civil society organizations at ng mga estudyante at kabataan sa pagpapantay ng pondo ng ating bayan.
This white ribbon protest will continue this evening, Carmina. According to Tindig Pilipinas, there will be a noise barrage and candle lighting later at 5 p.m. at EDSA Shrine and at 6 p.m. at Katipunan Avenue. Aside from this, students from some universities announced a walkout today to join a protest at Menjola called the National Day of Action Contra Corruption. Carmina?
Alright, narinig natin yung report po galing sa mainstream media dyan po sa Pilipinas by kanina yan, ANC, no? ANC reporter, no? So, they will be gathering in Mendiola, but at 5 o'clock, there will be noise barrage sa extra shrine, and there will be lighting of candles po. Then, after that, ang mga rallyista will disperse po. Will disperse. So, yun po. And I will continue. Itong kaibigan ninyo si NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico po, I'm going to continue to monitor the situation, and should there be any breaking news po, I will make sure that you will be properly informed. Itong mga kababayan ko po dito sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah. So stay tuned lang kayo po dito sa programa natin, NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. So yun lang po ang balita natin tungkol sa ongoing Trillion Peso March, dyan sa Maynila. But I was also made to understand other areas like Cebu and Davao. Some areas doon po, ang mga estudyante, simultaneously, they will also be organizing their own Trillion Peso March. Ngayon din po. Simultaneous yun po. Ngayon din. No? And I will monitor, I'll check, and whatever important news that I think you need to know, I'll make sure that you will get it. Huh? Okay, let's go back ngayon sa issue na naman na tungkol sa survey na, no? Sa survey. At saka itong problema natin ng corruption. Okay, there was a survey came out 1 or 2 days ago, even yesterday po, mga reports or survey result, lumabas po that 97% of Filipinos, in the Philippines po, in the Philippines, believe that there is a widespread corruption in the Philippines. Grabe, no? 97% po. 97%. Ibig sabihin po, majority, almost all na po ang mga Filipinos believe na grabe ang korupsyon sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang sa isang lugar, sino sa buong Pilipinas po ang corruption. And this corruption, hindi lang ngayon po, it has been going on for decades po. The only thing po, it started before, I'll give you an example, started before, let's say for example, ang kickback ng mga tao noon, mga corrupt, no? Noon is 5%, then slowly it went up to 10%, 15%, and now, from 2022 up to 2025 now, you imagine kickback. Politicians, senators, allegedly, congressmen, you know how much they are asking kickback? Ranging from 25% to 35 or 40%. Malaki talaga po. Kaya po, baksak talaga. Baksak talaga ang mga proyekto natin. Substandard. Worst thing, our flood control project, for example po, you're not talking about substandard. Worst thing, it is a ghost project. What do you mean ghost project? Ghost project, it means physically, there is none. It's a ghost. But on paper, there is a project done, completed, and fully paid to the contractors. Paid by whom? By the taxpayers. And that is the big problem. Because of this, only this one, ghost project pa lang ito po. Ghost project po. Flood control projects, ghosts. You saw po what kind of sufferings Filipinos. Every year we suffer. Every year when we experience heavy downpour, when we experience strong typhoons like now, we're expecting again a strong typhoon. Ang pangalan niya po is Ramil. No? It could be a super typhoon again by tomorrow. I hope there will be no much damages po and loss of lives. Definitely, these areas, our areas po, will be flooded because we only have ghost projects. Sa totoo po, wala. So when rain comes, heavy rain comes, typhoon comes, definitely it will be flooded again. You see? Grabe po. That's it. 97% of the Filipinos, if we have a total population in the Philippines of 120, 130 million Filipinos po. No? If 130, maybe we have 127 million Filipinos who believe that corruption problem in the Philippines is widely spread and very serious na ngayon po. Yun po. Alright? Okay, another footage that I want to share with you po is sana ito. Let me share with you first itong tungkol sa sabihin natin problema natin sa flood control o mga project corruption natin po. And we are talking about the survey, no? Survey. Based on the survey ng Pulse Asia, 100 or 97% po people believe it is widespread, no? Very serious, siguro stage 4 cancer already po ang corruption dyan po sa Pilipinas, no? Let's listen to the Pulse Asia president, si Pulse Asia Research Incorporated president, si Ronnie Holmes, no? When he was interviewed. And nandito po ang statement niya po. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. Hold on, ha? Alright. 121. I'll try to make it fast. Nandito po.
Di ba naglabas kayo ng survey? This was dated, tama ba? September 27 to September 30. This was basically a week after nitong September 21, di ba? Yung mga protest rally na ginawa nung anniversary ng martial law. At nakita ko talaga grabe yung 97% ng mga respondents, di ba? 1,200 respondents to, Ronnie. So bali, ang naniniwala, 97% na talagang, well, talaga naman obviously, widespread ang corruption. At bigyan mo lang kami ng konting idea how you make of all of this ganitong survey.
Well, basically, siguro masasabi natin ba talagang patayan yan ay yung mga lumabas na mga skandalo nitong nakaraang buwan patungkol sa flood control project. Kasi nga dati, di ba, kung iisipin natin, bilyong-bilyong piso ng pampublikong pondo ang nasayang, no? Binulsa ng iba-ibang individual, ang aligasyon ay mga engineer, mga contractor, at ilan mga magpapatas. So talagang nagpapakita ito na talagang parang hindi lang malawakan talagang medyo depraved pagkaganit na ilang
Tapos
iwalik, no?
Yeah, tama.
Alright, narinig niya po ang boses, ang audio ni Presidente ng Pulse Asia, si Mr. Ronnie Holmes. Okay, when it comes to ICI, itong Independent Commission for Infrastructure, ito naman po ang reaction ni Mr. Ronnie po. Okay, Mr. Ronnie, come in. Come in na sana. Okay, Mr. Ronnie, please.
Yung ICI, pag nagpapatuloy sila, hindi mo natin nalalaman kung anong nangyayari. Nangyayari ng mga pagpupulong. So siguro kailangan nila talaga bigyan pansin yung kahilingan na gawing bukas yung mga pagpupulong. Para naman maibsan naman, mabawasan naman yung pagtutuda ng ilan. Ito nga sinasabi na sa tingin na investigasyon ay ang layunin ay mapanagot ng dapat panagutin. Pero kung hindi bukas ang kanyang pagpupulong, ay lalong mapapadya ito ng pagtutuda.
Okay, what Mr. Ronnie was saying is that, you know, ang resulta ng survey po, no, has something to do also, ang mga Filipinos, they are also thinking about, you know, they're not happy because of this ICI, no? Wala masyadong, nag-doubt na sila po ang ICI because it is kept confidential, secret hearing po. It is not open to the public. Kaya nga po, if only the government o itong ICI or si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, who himself was the one who created this ICI, no? If only he will give a directive, because this ICI is based on executive order. If only he can issue a directive to the commissioners, no? Diyan po sa ICI, say open it. Open it because this is the clamor of the Filipinos. Then siguro po, there will be changes in the result of the survey. And so, okay, what are the questions being asked to the more than 1,200 people who were asked to vote or comment on the survey, to answer the survey po? Ano mga questions? Nandito po si Mr. Ronnie will now give us or explain us kung ano-ano mga questions they ask during the survey or in the survey po. Hold on ha. Sana yun? Okay. Let's play this thing. Okay.
Yung basic question dyan, Danny, yung mga aming sa quarterly survey, may mga tanungan tungkol sa sila ba'y aprobado o hindi aprobado sa pagganap ng tungkulin ng presidente, ng vice-presidente. Andiyan rin yung usapin na tungkol sa mga mahalagang usapin ano sa tingin nila ang agaran dapat bigyan pansin ng pamahalaan. At ano sa tingin nila, aprobado ba sila sa pagtugon sa mga usapin na yan? Maliban pa doon sa motion on corruption, kung saan nga tinanong doon sa tingin ba nila ay malawakan o pervasive o hindi malawakan ang problema ng kategorya ng corruption. So, medyo may kahabaan yung survey at maraming mga tanungan na iniyain sa mga sumagot na respondent.
Alright, yan po ang mga questions. Okay. Now let's go to the result of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Anong masasabi si Mr. Ronnie? Anong reaction ni Mr. Ronnie? Nandito po, let's listen to Mr. Ronnie o Ronnie Holmes, ang presidente ng Pulse Asia Research Incorporated. Nandito po, let's listen to this.
Yung sa amin, Danny, dito siya ng June, bumagsak ng 23 netong September. So, bumagsak ng siyang na puntos yung kanyang approval ratings sa amin. Ang kailangan nito ay yung pagbagsak ng kanyang approval sa dalawang lugar, no, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Mindanao nga halos.
Grabe sa Mindanao eh. Grabe sa Mindanao.
Lalo nag-aaproba sa kanyang pagganap ng kanyang tungkulin.
Okay. Where would you attribute yung sharp drop na yan sa Mindanao? Grabe yung pagbaba sa Mindanao, yung decline ng kanyang approval rating.
Meron ng nakita na natin yan na medyo bumubulusok yung kanyang approval sa Mindanao. Dala na yan ang pagpanggaan nila, no? Ang kanyang vice-presidente. Nakita na natin yan simula nung Marso o kahit simula ng isang taon. Dati-dati ang sila nung magkampi sila ay halos pareho kanyang approval at trust sa Mindanao. Pero na nagkaroon na ng alitan sa pagitan nila na bumagsak, lalo-lalo na nung pag-arrest o ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. So ito yung masasabi natin parang geographical polarization Danny. May mga lugar sa ibang bansa na mas umaanit sa isang kampo, malungkot to. At ito yung nakikita dun sa approval at pagtitiwala ng mga tao doon sa lugar na yun, sa presidente.
So very...
Alright, yun po. Narinig ninyo. Narinig nyo ang opinion, statement of Mr. Ronnie. Okay, pagdating na naman kay Inday Sara Duterte, ano naman masasabi ni Mr. Ronnie, ang Pulse Asia President? Let's listen po. Let's listen ang statement niya. Okay, sandali. Okay, nandito.
Walang nagbago sa kanyang approval o performance rating at sa kanyang class rating na natili lang sa parehong level. Ang kadahilan naman dyan, Danny, mababa yung approval niya sa National Capital Region at sa Balance of Luzon, ganun yung kanyang class rating.
Sa Luzon naman siya mahina.
Pero may kata, medyo masyadong mataas ang kanyang pagtitiwala at approval sa dalawang lugar. Yung lalo-lalo sa Mindanao na halos lahat ay nagsasabi nagtitiwala sila. Aprobado sila sa pagganap ng tungkulin ng Vice-Presidente. Magamat may nagsasabi ano bang ginagawa ng Vice-Presidente. So ito nga yung sinasabi natin parang polarization na medyo nagsabi pa rin affected, no? May pagka-emotional dahil doon naman nanggaling ang Vice-Presidente.
Okay.
Alright, yun po, no? Ang sagot ni Mr. Ronnie. Again, I will want to repeat it and make it clear sa mga followers ko po. Ang trust rating ni BBM, September po is nag-drop to 33%. Nag-drop to 33% compared to ang trust rating niya po last June was 42%. In other words, nag-drop yan by 9 points. June, 43 siya, and September, last month, dropped to 33% na lang po. Samantala, ang trust rating ni Inday Sara Duterte, nag-drop din. Nag-drop din po. No? Nag-drop din. Nag-drop to 55%. September po, ang trust rating ni Inday Sara Duterte, drop to 55% na lang. Compared to, ang trust rating niya noon, June, was 59%. So, nag-drop by 4%. But if you look at it, at 55%, more than half of the Filipinos still trust si Inday Sara Duterte. Despite itong left and right demolition. Demolition tactics being used to tarnish the image of Inday Sara Duterte. So in other words, 4% yun po. So if you compare between the President and the Vice President, malayo po. President is only 33% trust rating, while si Inday Sara Duterte is 55%. So, if the President wants to sabi natin, do something about ang trust rating niya, then he has to do something now. But according to Undersecretary Claire Castro, sabi niya, ang presidente is less bothered. Magtrabaho lang daw siya. The president is just doing his job. Continue to do his job as President of the Philippines. See? Nakikita, sabi ni Claire Castro, Undersecretary Claire Castro, kita ninyo po. Ang presidente, left and right, trabaho dito, trabaho doon, expose siya ang corruption sa flood control projects po. And he wants now to solve this thing, clear out everything, walang corruption, he's just doing his job. Samantala daw, si Inday Sara Duterte, punta dyan po sa The Hague, punta sa Japan, punta sa Germany, and meet these mga overseas Filipino workers to tarnish the image of the Marcos administration. See? So, ang mga tao po, mga Filipino, did they believe Claire Castro? So it is very obvious, no, because the survey says trust pa, 55% pa ang trust ng mga Filipinos kay Inday Sara Duterte compared kay President Bongbong Marcos. President Bongbong Marcos. So this is real talk, no? Kaya nga kailangan po actions speak louder than words. And a lot of Filipinos still believe that Inday Sara Duterte is doing action, no, instead of just talking. While the other side, I'm sorry, maybe I'm wrong, please correct me, the other side, his enemy or her enemies, ang daming salita, kurang sa gawa. They only talk but no talk, they only talk but no action. While si Inday Sara Duterte, action first, then talk. O kung minsan makita natin, action at wala nang talk. Because sabi niya, this is my job as the Vice President. Sa palagay ninyo po, what do you think? Tama ba ako? Tama ba yan mga political analysts, mga media commentators, yung mga responsible ones po? Na what we are saying, ganito ang sitwasyon po? We are just even hoping na sana po ang Vice President and the President will once again work together as how they started in the 2022 election. Yung unity team nila po. Yung unity team. But I don't think so po it will be realized. Medyo mahirap na po. No? Medyo mahirap na. Siguro hanggang dito na lang muna tayo ang NikTok Talk with Nico po. Again, I would like to remind ang mga kababayan ko po, no? If definitely tayo dito sa Malaysia, mga Filipinos po, dito sa Sabah, definitely we cannot help increase the warm bodies dyan po sa mga rallies sa Pilipinas because we also believe na grabe ng corruption. We want to stop corruption. We want justice. We want accountability. We want transparency, so forth and so on. But since we are far away from our country, no, we cannot physically help do that. But through our prayers po, don't forget, let us include itong mga aspirations natin po para sa Pilipinas, para sa mga kababayan natin dyan po sa Pilipinas po, include them in our daily prayers po, no? Include them. Ask God to help the Philippines. As what we always say, God bless the Philippines. We love the Philippines. So yun lang po, mga overseas Filipino workers, yun na, that's the only thing, no? We can do. We can convince our loved ones, our relatives, friends sa Pilipinas to support ang mga rallies dyan po by way of calling them, messaging them, no? Encourage them to participate. But tayo mga Filipinos po, dahil malayo tayo sa Pilipinas, we do our role through prayers na lang po. And if we have some extra, then maybe we can support by donating some donation in kinds, like tubig or whatever lang po. Ganun lang yun po, no? So, hanggang dito na lang ang programa natin na don't forget, mga Filipinos din, na do not participate in any ways, no? Itong Sabah election, scheduled on November 29. So with this, I would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Ingat tayo, mga Filipinos, ha? Ingat tayo sa dito sa Sabah. Take good care of ourselves and always also pray and thank our Malaysian host po. They are very kind and good to us po. So in return, we should do our job. Satisfy our employers po. In terms of delivering satisfactory, excellent services po. So, Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. And I'll see you in my next episode. Sana lang po. And I hope this weekend, enjoy kayong lahat. Enjoy tayong lahat. Salamat na patang, salamat malam, and salamat pagi sa inyong lahat. Hope things will be better tomorrow. Bye!